3, 2, 1. We have Dr. Sixto Carlos. And for those who don't know Doc Sixto, you will be, Yan, as you can see, he's wielding his weapon. You will be educated on combatives, weapons training, hand-to-hand combat, what works and what doesn't, and the evolution or the history of Philippine martial arts as we see it today. So, hi Doc, thank you for doing this.
Good evening.
Now, when we talk about Philippine martial arts, and for us in the industry, we know who you are, but for those who don't know, and in the future they want to learn either hand-to-hand or weapons training, like tell us your martial arts journey.
Okay.
Cheers, umiinom po kami. Umiinom po kami. Ayan,
okay.
umiinom po kami. Para masayang kwentuhan.
Anyway, so I started when I was younger, Kung Fu. Yung first martial art ko talaga. I think I was 8 or 9 sa Don Bosco. It's one summer. So exposed ako sa, mga snake, cat, blah, blah, blah.
Praying mantis.
Propeller kick. That came later.
Propeller kick. Ang tagal kong hindi narinig yung propeller kick. Okay.
Pakita ko sa'yo, Vincent. Yan. Then later, nagkarate ako, which isang local club, Bukes Brotherhood. Buhay pa nga sa Pampanga. And I used to compete. I was 15, 16. Kalaba ko, 25-year-old, 26-year-old. I used to win their tournaments naman. Siyempre, ako bata, nagugulpi ako. Then, kasi open-minded naman ako eh. So, sumubok din ako ng, hindi ko alam kung Chen style o Wu style Tai Chi eh. Tai Chi, hindi ko na alam eh. Umalis na yung instructor ko nun eh. It's interesting. Then, college, I also took up Taekwondo. Nagko-compete din ako nun. Kasama ako sa team ng UP Los Baños din nun. I competed once. Upak ako ng PMA. Daya nila eh. Bubuntalin ka sa mukha. Foul sila pero lamog ka na eh.
Lamog ka na.
Ulit, eh.
So it was a very tactical. Bawal sa mukha.
Bawal yun?
Yep.
And during that time, wala pang mouth guard, headgear ang nipis, wala pang gloves.
Yung butas-butas dito.
Wala pang... Exactly. Tapos I had friends na iba't ibang martial arts. Yun nga, may friend ako, 7-star praying mantis. Lineage was Shakespeare Chan. Ang ano kasi sa Philippines dati, there were clubs. If you were not Chinese, you will not be accepted. May mga ganong clubs talaga. So, yung parang sa scene eh. Yung time na yun kasi, ang sikat nun was si Shakespeare Chan, pati yung kalaban niya eh. Namatay, Beta Sigma. I forgot his name. Okay. Yung ano niya, protege is Dr. Laraya. He's a veterinarian, street fighter. He's based in Hong Kong now. Minsan nag-uusap kami. At saka, ano siya, I think Lapunti Arnis din. He was a street fighter. Anyway, going on, may mga friends ako, ibang martial arts. Judo. Yung nga, iba-iba. Then, of course, lahat naman tayo nag-boxing eh. Nag-boxing ako at 12. Nawala. Then, nag-boxing ulit ako tumanda. Then later, at 19, nagsarian ako. Yun, magandang sarian. That's where I met sina Alvin, sina Henry nun. Then kami ni Alvin, magkagalit kami nun. May story nun, may drill, sisipain ko siya. He was going to block it and counter, kalimutan exact. Ito naman si Alvin gago, took my ankle, twisted it, umikot ako sa hangin, 360. Nag-pop yung tuhod ko. Anyway, tinanong ako ni Bob, siya yung ano ng...
Si Sir Bob, Sir Bob,
si Bob. Sabi, okay ka pa ba? Okay pa ako. Alvin. 6 or C-part. Binilagan ko si Alvin. Kaya, groin hits, they work. Tumba si Alvin. Tas, they work. People say it doesn't work.
Oh, they do.
It works.
It works.
It works.
It works.
It works. Kasi some people say it won't. It works. It works. Okay. Si Alvin umihi ng dugo ng gabi yun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we had this rivalry sa... Hindi naman rivalry. Parehong mayabang eh. Si Alvin was taking up jiu-jitsu na noon.
Saka intense si Alves eh. Oo, si Alves intense yan sa lahat. Intense yan sa lahat.
Tapos siya, di niya alam, nagpo-focus na ako sa weapons noon. Si Alvin was, nakakatawa pa noon, si Alvin tinuruan ako ng arnis.
Mm-hmm.
Siyempre, pinagpapalo kami niya. Then, may isa pa kaming kasama eh. I don't want to name him na. Kasama ko sa FMA, pero minsan sumasama rin sa arnis. Gusto raw upakan si Alvin. Tapos nung nandun na sa gym, hindi lumaban. Sige, sabi ako na lang. Kasi ako dati eh. Marami akong stories kay Alvin. Yung mga umiiyak sa gym na umaayaw. Tapos sabi ko si Alvin, ako na lang. Anyway, ganoon ako na young. When we were younger, ganoon naman tayo lahat.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Tangina. Galing akong tournament noon. Galing akong Bacolod noon. Ang lakas ng palo ko noon. Gulat si Alvin. Bababang! Ginawa sa ni Alvin. Usapan foam 6 sparring. Binalibag ako. Hindi ko ma-recall kung suplex eh. Basta alam ko, airborne ako. Bumagsak na lang ako sa
sahig nun.
Sa lupa eh. Tangina ng Alvin. Anyway, semento pa nun. Anyway, after nun, I think a few weeks later, in-approach ako ni Alvin. Yun. Ano na? Teach me weapons. I'll teach you jiu-jitsu. Yun na. Doon ako nagsimula. I was amongst one of his first students sa jiu-jitsu. Yun, sina-picture dati, mga kasama namin. One of his black belts now. And before, yung jiu-jitsu kay Alvin, it was different. If somebody wanted to join the club sa jiu-jitsu, papasok siya. Kasi si Alvin was medyo Hoist Gracie pa siya, di ba?
It was very closed.
Bottom game eh. Bottom game, tas guard.
Close guard.
Guard game siya, di ba? Close guard. Okay. So, dati kukuha ng mga ibang fighters. Tapos gagawin namin, guard namin, blah, blah, blah. Papasubmit. Ganun dati. So, I remember one of the guys, ako nun, I was taking my master's na nun. Isa lang makatrain. Pumasok, ang laki ng katawan. Puta, 30 minutes kami. Tapos si Alvin, habang nag-grapple pa kami, nasa ilalim ako, tuloy na yung class. Biglang lumuwang. I accidentally popped his elbow. Mataas yung injury rate nun eh. Kasi dati allowed ko yung
mataas. Ako naabutan ko pa yung mataas na injury rates nun. Hassle siya.
Yeah. Marami akong sinirang ankles eh. I would remember. Ngayon, gina-accepted din eh. Delikado eh. Pero saya dati, matitest mo talaga if it works or ano. Well, I wouldn't recommend it now, pero wala, ganun dati eh. Tapos, ang ginagawa kasi namin ni Alvin sa Alabang, Saturdays was, magtuturo, siya ba una magtuturo? Ako yata una magtuturo, I don't remember na eh. Magtuturo ako ng weapons, 2 hours, kasi si Alvin, 2 hours. Saya nun eh, may mga times, wasak yung mga headgear. Tapos di namin pinitigil, iiyak na. Tapos kami ni Alvin, pareho ungas, tuloy! Tapos,
favorite niya yun!
Tuloy! Or sasabihin niya, oh, your pussy hurts, blah, 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 blah.
Hanggang ngayon.
So, totoo lang eh. Pero sa totoo lang, it's part of training eh. Kasi one of my instructors, mamaya we will delve into them. Ganun siya, sasabihin, you have the blood of your ancestors in your system. When Hannibal, blah, 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 killed the Romans, he would use ganyan-ganyan. It works eh. Kailangan din eh. And I have to admit, si Alvin magaling mambuyo, magaling mag-push eh. I would admit that. Admit that. Anyway, so sa martial arts journey ko na, yun. Nag-boxing ako, nag-muay thai. Actually, when we went, I was with Jaime and Fritz Rodriguez. When we went to Thailand, they were asking me to stay. Kung gusto ko daw mag-compete sa King's Cup. Sabi ko, putang ina, kaya magbabayad ng training ko dito? Saka bibitawan ko yung trabaho
sa Manila,
sa Pilipinas. Di na. Saka kakasal na ako nun. Pero sayang, no? Sana sinubukan ko ng one fight or ano. No?
Kahit mga 2-3 laban. Di ba? Para lang.
Well, siguro younger, pero Wala eh. Yun, nasira din yung left arm. Pero one thing, nakasama namin was si Ate Day, who was the GOAT of Muay Thai. Si Ate Day, the late Ate Day, no? Siya yung nag-ayos, He asked me, would you like to stay here and compete at King's Cup? Actually, di ko alam kung nagagalingan ba sa akin or naghahanap ng tomato can.
Pwede rin. Pero si King's Cup kasi, medyo nasa taas na. Top tier competition si King's Cup, di ba?
Malamang tomato can. Hindi kasi, nagugulat sila sa Filipinos. Malakas tayo bumuntal eh. Tapos tinanong kami, do you take up boxing? Yeah, yes, Filipinos are very good in punching.
Yes.
Yes. Sabi was, it's very typical for us to take up boxing. Kasi dati, wala pang white-collar boxing eh. Doon ka sa pro gym talaga mag-train eh. So, I don't know. Napapansin nila. So, yun. Nabanggit ka ba yung, in college, I also took up Wing Chun. Kasi I had a Wing Chun which helped me sa energy drills ng Filipino Martial Arts. Kaya may feel ako eh. Although my Chisao is not so good anymore, pero nakakaintindi ako ng Wing Chun. Anyway, punta na tayo sa FMA.
And then that led to si Filipino Martial Arts. Arnis muna tayo.
Arnis, okay. Arnis. Actually kasi no 90s, Arnis naman lahat yan eh. Later, bigla naging Kali eh.
Oo nga eh.
Actually,
I always explain that to my students or to like, they're the same, okay? They're the same. Do not mix. They're the same.
Start na ako. They say...
Sige ako pa mag-start. Doon kanina pa ako.
Sige, nga mo. Mahaba to. Ang problem kasi, some people would say, kasi ang daming fake sa Arnis eh. They would say, Kali is the mother art. And Eskrima and Arnis are just blah blah.
Yes.
Pare-pareho lahat yan. Pare-pareho lahat yan. So, illustration mga kalis eh. Dahil sa weapon. It's
Kalis. Yun yung spelling.
Pero kahit si Mang Tony dati, nung 90s, sinabihan ako eh. Arnis naman dati yan eh. Ewan ko ba't naging...
Nagkaroon ng iba't ibang differentiation.
Anyway, ako kasi, like BJJ, Jiu-Jitsu ba talaga dapat yan? Or is it newaza ng judo, di ba? So, ang daming, ako hayaan mo na, just,
it's the same.
FME.
Yep.
It's the same. It's the same. Anyway, ang journey ko kasi sa FMA, what happened was, my first training, sa Sarian kasi may weapons din yan, no?
Yep.
Well, okay naman, but I wanted something more. So, research kami. We went to this club. Ayaw ko na banggitin saan. So, one day, oh my God, it was the generic mass-based arnis. Nasira shoulder ko isang araw doon. So, anyway, nag-research kami. One of my friends na nagwawarang doon, may nakita, naghanap ng instructor. Benjamin Pueblos, who was the training partner of the late Edgar Solite. So, siya ang founder ng Lamero. He was our first trainer. Benjamin Pueblos, we were lucky, is actually the pamangkin of Leo Gahe. And also trained with Manong Jose Caballero.
Okay.
So, yun, na-connect namin lahat. Anyway, so, wala. He was expecting na isang buwan lang, ayaw na niya. Pero we caught the Arnis bug eh. Kasi, nanaginip ako once eh. Kasi, hand to hand, magaling ka, blah, blah, blah. Kapag nagkakaroon ng blade, equation ng fighting nagbabago eh.
Yep.
It changes eh. But, to be frank, medyo narrow-minded pa ako dati. Ngayon, aralin mo lahat actually eh. Aralin mo lahat. Basta, you test it ah. That's my belief. Yeah. Anyway, so from Lameco, na kami, medyo si June, hindi ko alam, naging busy or something siya. I don't remember. Or nakita yung potential nga namin. We decided na, we were lucky kay June. He's now in Scotland, by the way. Pinasa kami kay Mang Tony. Actually, Mang Tony initially, Hindi ka tuturuan yun.
For everyone, Mang Tony is the late Tony Diego. And
Yes, siya yung nagmana ng Illustrisimo system from Tatang.
Mhm.
Okay. Si Mang Tony ayaw kami turuan dati. Ganun naman siya lagi dati. Siga kasi yun eh.
Yep.
Siga talaga yun. Taga-Pierre, Tondo. Initially, kay Tatang kami nagpapaturo. So, I was also direct student of Tatang Illustrisimo.
Tatang Illustrisimo.
So, na-experience ko yun. But the thing about Tatang is, he was a fighter.
Mhm.
And ang problema nun, matanda na siya nun. He was 80. He was 80 na. And syempre, tumatanda na. Hindi na kami masyado maturuan na maayos. If you really wanted to become good, you learn under kay Mang Tony. So, si Mang Tony talaga ang nagturo sa amin. Kasama ko pala brother ko na, si Dr Carlos. Kasama namin si Mang Tony nagturo. Pero in addition, we also had other instructors sa Luneta. Kasi ang Luneta, sinabi nila yung melting pot of arnis.
Mhm.
That's bullshit. Secret natin yun, ha? That's bullshit. Yung nagsishare sila ng techniques, doon pa ako, ha? That's not true. Lakas ang siraan doon. Si Mang Tony, loko-loko nga yan. Eh.
Ang daming arnis groups na nagte-training sa Luneta noon ng yung mga alas 6, alas 7 ng umaga. Yan. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still there. Ako admittedly I haven't been there for a very long time.
Ay nako. Ang daming grandmaster doon. Anyway, discuss din natin yung grandmaster mamaya.
Oh, sige.
Okay. Si Mang Tony, let's say tuturuan kami. Tuturuan kami, no? Bang, 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 bang. Biglang mamaya, may darating mga ibang instructors, supposed,
mga tuhon.
Hindi, wala pa.
Wala pa
sa
ba?
Sa mga ibang club. Si Mang Tony, loko-loko yan. Iibahin natin yung turo, Kasi nagongopya ng kilos mga yan, eh.
Okay.
Ayan. Ipapakita mali.
So, gagayahin nila yung mali.
Hindi sila talaga, everybody was trying to have this lineage from Tatang. But hindi naman sa for example, in Jiu-Jitsu, nung naabutan pa when Helio was alive, syempre, iba turo ni Helio compared sa turo ni Hoyce or ni Hickson o ni Henzo, di ba? I have to give him respect. Syempre, siya yung pinaka-grandmaster ng Jiu-Jitsu, di ba? But, matandaan na rin. So, it's better magpaturo na sa younger. In this case, if you really wanted to learn from Illustrisimo that time, you should learn from Mang Tony. Kaso, again, si Mang Tony, mapili yan, di ka talaga, it will take a while. At saka walang pakialam yan. Honor yan eh. Doesn't care about money. Bahala ka. Talagang, isasuggest pa nga niya sa iba ka pang papaturo eh. Anyway, mga ibang nagturo din sa amin doon was si Mang Yuli Romo. Mang Yuli Romo, who was also a direct student of Tatang. Lakas pa rin ni Mang Yuli eh. Tapos, I think he separated na eh. Tinawag doon was Bahad Zubu. Yun yung system niya. Kasi ba nagturo din sa amin ngayon, nabuhay pa si Mang Romy. Si Mang Romy Makapagal. Okay. He was one of our seniors. I still respect him. He knows the system. Pero syempre, I don't know. Iba pa rin, biased ako kay Mang Tony ako eh. One of our other instructors there was si Mang Roberto. Siya nagturo sa amin ng Wally J Jiu-Jitsu o Judo. So, gulat ka sa history ko, no? Anyway.
Pero I'm not surprised. I mean, with everything I learned from you, medyo sabi ko, maraming pinagdaanan to.
Anyway, so, then, 1991, I remember I competed sa nationals. My first tournament, third place ako, bronze. And I was invited to join the national team. I was sent a letter. Kaso, I studied in UP Los Baños at Training Manila. Tayang saya games. Pero, imposible, di ba? Ako, studies first. Doon lang ulit ako. Anyway, train. Naging head din ako ng Illustrisimo. And, ngayon, may na-meet akong friend, si RJ Marcaida. RJ Marcaida is the brother of Dog Marcaida. Anyway, mamaya na natin gawa yung kwento yan. Ha? Si RJ was Yaoyan.
Okay.
During the 90s, again, may bias ako. I think they were the best fighters ng 90s sa striking eh. Kasi sila, wala pang Muay Thai nung time na yun, di ba?
Si Yaoyan pa noon. Tapos ano pa sila noon? Yaoyan Philippine Foot Boxing Association.
Oh yeah, Alvin is the president of the youth council.
Yeah.
I trained kay, sino letter Z? Zapata? Yung best fighter nila.
Si Zapata.
Kay Zapata. Kasama si Alvin noon. Then later kay Yasay. First time, okay naman. Anyway, so hindi ko naman yung kwento eh. Tapos si June Pueblos noon was actually still training with Leo Gahe, sinisikreto niya. So Leo Gahe goes to Luneta 94. 94, okay? Then ni-recruit kami. Then si RJ, tapos. So during that time, it was not accepted. Hindi pa siya accepted na you train in 2-3 systems. Ngayon, accepted na yan eh. In the mornings, yun nga, Presidente Paolo Luneta, I would train in Ilustrísimo. In the afternoon, Pikiti ako. So, I really trained with the masters. Okay? 1994, I went to Bacolod. Sinabi sa amin kasi ni Gahe, may seminar. Okay, kasama ko si John Malihan, who was my partner in training dati.
Okay.
Veterinarian din. Kasama ko sa Uterus Bias. Anyway, I was taking my master's then. Pagpunta na yung Bacolod, walang seminar. May competition pala. Biglang lumabang kayo. Putang ina. Fuck. Wala. Well, ako, conditioned ako nun eh. Praktisado pa ako nun. I broke 6 sticks ng tournament. Wasak yung kamay ko. I won the tournament. Dami nagulat. Isang mo, taga Manila na tangina. Tapos sila, praktisado. Man, I won that tournament. 1994. Lumalabas, mas praktisado ako sa kanila. Anyway. So yun. Then, nagpaturo din kami kay Mang Nene Tortal. The founder of Dikiti Tirsha. Who is the uncle? No, Dikiti. Iba pa yun.
Dikiti.
Basta ayoko na sa politics. Nagkaroon sila ng problems ni Leo. Kasi kami Leo lang tawag namin sa kanya that time. Tapos, that was the first time I met Romel Tortal. Way back 1994. Okay. So, tinuloy yun. Tuloy-tuloy training, Ilustrísimo and Pikiti. 97, there was nag-focus ako ng arnis lang nun. Tapos, we were being taught yung hand-to-hand ng arnis. Nabuyo din ako. I drank the Kool-Aid. Mag-boxing ka na lang. Anyway.
Oo nga.
Ako naman, I will respect you if you want it, but I don't know, just take up boxing or jiu-jitsu, yung grappling. Sorry si Alvin kasi, 1998, sumama sa amin sa Pikiti 100th Century Congress, gano'n. And balik pala muna tayo. Dog Marcaida pala, who's the brother of RJ Marcaida. Kasi Pikiti fanatic siya ng time na yun. His instructor was Omar Hakim. Omar Hakim muna nun eh. Tapos, some silat guy. So, okay naman si Dog. Tinuruan kami ganyan. He went to nung isang training namin with Gahe, pinakilala namin siya kay Gahe. Nare-recall ko nga nun, we were cooking eh. Nag-iihaw kami ng tuna nun eh. Tas, I even have the picture in my Facebook page. Nandun yun. We were training in Malayo Sibat, which is funny. A month before, kaya daw Malayo Sibat kasi Malay daw. It's Malay. So Malay Sibat.
Malay Sibat.
1 month later, it became malayo. Kasi malayo. Anyway,
So
whatever.
malayo si Bat, malayo na siya ngayon.
Anyway. Tas yung balik din tayo nun. Tournament pala na yun. That was the first time I bought a karambit. 1994. I was one of the first guys to use a karambit. I don't use one anymore. Anyway, kilala mo si Fred Perry, no? Fred Perry Knives? Okay, I asked him about the karambit. Ito yung reaction niya. Anyway. Yan. Yan ang reaction niya.
Diba?
So, I don't...
Di mo alam kung dito mo ba ilalagay o dito mo ilalagay yung bilog eh. Diba? yun eh.
Anyway, kasi ako, nangyari doon, naging debate sa it became a debate na dahil sa weapon, mananalo ka.
Mm-hmm.
It's parang sinabi mo, mananalo ka dahil sa suit mong gi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it might help, pero it's sa skill ng yan eh. Skill ng fighter yan eh. Or dahil sa plyometrics, it made you win, which is actually bullshit again.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi plyometrics, last 1% lang yan eh. And plyometrics, ginagamit lang ng national level athletes. Average athlete should not do any plyometrics. Anyway, saan na ba tayo? 97, 98?
Yeah.
So 98, that's where we met yung mga si Mark Denny, who's the head of the Dog Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Alvin, Baste, John. Oh my God, lasing kami lagi na. Habang sila, seryoso sa lahat sa training, kami lahat, patawa lang kami lagi. Ano lang kami ni na Alvin nun. Mark Denny didn't fight. Dog didn't fight. Kasi si Dog Mark Ira was there, didn't fight kasi may lagnat siya nun. Everybody else fought. So basta kalaban niya si Phil Jalinas, who was a sledge dog. Very active pa rin. In his 60s, and he still fights. He's a JKD guy na Kajukembo rin. Kajukembo guy, ganon. Yeah. Tapos yun nga, si Alvin nun, during that time, was pinag-isipan niya yung jiu-jitsu. Naghahanap siya ng alternative kasi it was expensive ng time na yun.
Yes.
Di ba you had to go to the States or Brazil?
Yep.
So naghahanap siya ng alternative. Should I take up some other martial art? So one of the guys there who was a silat guy, sinubukan nila. And this guy, sikat ngayon, who will remain unnamed. Kanang magit ko na siya kanina. Wala eh. And Alvin was a white belt. And this is on video, ha? Wala eh. So,
kinaya niya ng buhay. Yan.
Naging big believer ako ng jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu, to the credit of jiu-jitsu, is like Muay Thai. In Muay Thai, if you saw the original Muay Thai videos, 1930s, iba kilos eh. Ganito sila bumuntal eh. In Muay Thai, sumali ka na ng tournament, sundan mo lang yung rules. Kaya gumanda siya. Diba? Ganoon naman ang Muay Thai eh. The same in Jiu-Jitsu. Basta sundan mo lang yung rules. Grapple ka. Kaya yun ang maganda sa Jiu-Jitsu. It's tested.
Yep.
It's tested. Tapos kausap ko rin si some of the guys there na, again, di ka naman inaano silat, no? But they were saying na some of the techniques nga, ayoko na rin i-mention yung name, yung nga, kahit sila, they were, may question mark kasi di nga na-test. Yun ang ano. But some moves are okay. Okay naman. Anyway, pero again, I have biases towards jiu-jitsu. Okay? Kaya, yun nga, by the way, blue belt na ako sa jiu-jitsu before I stopped.
Yes.
Eh, nung time na yun, mag-jiu-jitsu ka, 10 o'clock ng gabi. Hindi ko na kaya yun. Diba?
Kung mag-alala, Doc, ngayon, maaga na yung mga classes ngayon.
Okay. Eh, ganun dati eh. 10 o'clock eh. Anyway, so, yun ang magandang ano din eh. I fought the European head of PKP who was 6-something. Who was about 20, 30 pounds heavier than me. Na-armbar ko. So, yun, si Alvin, tinalo rin, lalaki. So, yun din maganda exposure na yun. We were fighting Europeans, Americans, and they were big. So, nasanay kami sa mga ganong kalaki, ganong kalakas. Which is, kulang sa maraming local fighters ng time na yun. Hindi kasi sila na nakakalaban yung mga foreigners. Lalaki ng buto eh. At saka, wala. Yung diet sila, protein eh. Mark Denny then, nung kasama namin siya, we went to Shakey's na. We were in Subic. Labas kami isang gabi. Pagbili ng pizza, may whey protein yan. Bubuhos pa sa whey protein. I think he was 40. I think he was 45 then. Pero fit. Batak siya. You have to admit na doon lang doon lang mga Americans and Europeans they're conditioned.
Yeah.
Which is lacking in a lot of Filipinos. Hindi conditioned. So, yun ang doon tayo maupakan Kapag di natin pinapatan yun, wala, maupakan talaga Pilipino. Like one of our students now is we have students in Croatia and Bosnia. Oh my God. Master race they're big. They're conditioned.
Kailan Slaven. Kailan Slaven to.
Hi Slaven.
Hi Slaven.
So you have to consider that. Actually, yun ang maganda exposure ko rin sa Pikiti. I was exposed sa mga ganyan Anyway, so later sa journey ko, I also took up, so there was a time, medyo hindi na kami masyadong nagpikiti ni Alvin. Year 2001, kasi connected din si Jun Pueblos sa De Campo, kay Manong Jose Caballero. I was introduced to Mang Eric Olavides. So we went to Ozamis. I went to Ozamis City with John Malihan. Tinrain kami. So it's a very simple system. It's one of the simplest systems na natutunan ko. And in-invite namin sa bahay namin. Stayed with us for 2 weeks. Tinrain kami. Ginawa kami instructors. That was my journey until 2001 sa FMA. So I started with Sarian. This club no one day lang kami. Then Lameco, Ilustrisimo, Pikiti, and De Campo. So we really trained dun sa heads ng system. Hindi sa mga students, sa head talaga. Anyway, nag-aral din kami, ako, ng Muay Thai. Yun nga, si Jaime rin nag-expose sa akin nun Then, in-invite kami ni Jaime pumunta ng Thailand. And later on, I also trained with Gerson Estoro. Yung URCC champion din. And, well, Gerson was a good fighter. He was always in shape. Lagi may abs yun.
Yep, that's true.
Yun ang niya. Anyway, during that time, I also met him. Kasi that was the infancy of MMA in the Philippines. Tapos nagbaboxing na ako sa Elorde noon. And nalaman nila, I was jiu-jitsu rin ako noon. Tinulungan ko sila to set up the Elorde
MMA program.
MMA program. So, well, primitive pa noon. Siyempre, infancy Kung ano maisip mo tinulungan ko sila. Eventually, umalis na rin ako. Yung mga, from the fighters I trained,
and you produced 2 champions. So that's Gerson Estoro and Kaloy Baduria.
Yes. Si
FYI
Kaloy,
lang po. FYI. Yan.
Oh my God, si Kaloy. Kahit nasa ilalim yan, naka-guard sa'yo, huwag ka papabuntal sa mukha.
Yep.
Masakit pa rin.
Ang lakas. Ang niya, ang kapal. Yan? There was, kasi ako, batang Elorde din ako. So, whenever I got to be in the gym with Kaloy, so he would get a few rounds. He would want to train jiu-jitsu or would grapple in. Tatawagin niya kanya, Franco, tela, grappling tayo. So every time I'll do my best to grab something, ang kapal. Alam mo yung buo. Kahit yung taba niya sa tiyan, buo Di ba? He's very thick and he's strong. He's very strong.
Actually, si Kaloy, let's say ngayon nang pumasok, sayang Kaya niya mag-UFC level sayang.
He's tough.
Wala, panahon lang.
He's mentally tough. He's built like a tank. Ano lang talaga?
Saka, may
proper training proper instruction, tsaka discipline.
Oh my God. Discipline? Boxers? Oh my God. Anong word yun? There's a word for that. Parang military intelligence.
Yes. Yes.
Discipline and boxers. Kaya nga naging boxingero yan eh.
Oh.
In the first place. Pero sayang. He had so much potential.
Yes. I agree. I agree though.
Yun, sino yung isa pa? Si
Gerson.
No, there's this other guy. Sumasabay sa amin. The black guy, half black. Si Sugar Ray.
Si Sugar Ray.
No, it's not Sugar Ray. It's Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Okay, so ngayon na siya naging Sugar.
Yun ang spelling nun, Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Kasi, ang unang encounter ko kay Sugar Ray, lumalaban pa siya ng boxing nun at 115 o 118.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
tapos biglang ngayon 250.
Ngayon heavyweight champion.
Well, I'm happy naman. More power to them. Pero again, there was a time, you have to admit na outdated. I had to admit outdated na ako nun. So I had to, binitawan ko na yung team. Wala eh. Kasi wala na mapakita sa kanila eh. Diba? Mm-hmm. So I think si Shad yata nagpatuloy, no? Si Kaloyo, ano yun? Ano naman, Shad, marami naman alam yun eh. So, I had to admit na outdated na ako nun. So binitawan ko na rin. Anyway.
And then you focused more on the FMA training and teaching.
Oh yeah, may na-meet din ako. His name was Darius. Siya yung...
si Darius. Darius, the big man. The
Polish guy.
Yeah, the Polish guy.
Yun, nag-usap din kami. Kasi during that time, Krav Maga was the big thing, di ba?
Yep.
Ngayon, technically, he couldn't teach me Krav Bao. So he's showing me other things like Bastri. It's a different system.
Yes.
Yun actually, pwede kang mag-grapple, pwede kang mag-MMA type, pero may sundutan sa mata. Ibang level of fighting. Bastri, hindi siya ganun kasikat na system, pero it's very tough. Then I taught him weapons. Si Darius. Doon din, nasanay din ako. Supposedly,
it's very rough.
It's very rough and very strong.
Very rough, very
Kasi
strong.
Inabutan pa niya yung communist times sa Poland eh. And he was being paid to take up boxing and judo. Binabayaran siya to train. The government was encouraging that. Yun, expose ako kay Darius. Ano din yan? Ibang level na naman yan. Saka every time he trained, nilalagnat ako. Nilalagnat ako. Para siyang Gulliver sa Lilliputans. So, tayo yung Lilliputans.
Yep.
I was exposed to people like that and he was naturally strong. Ano pa ba? Gusto mo malaman. Okay.
Okay na. Transition. Maganda naman yung timeline natin eh. Especially now, si Darius. Darius was, tawag dito? Nag-ano siya eh. Tawag dito, parang ang focus niya was special ops. Yung mga combatives na ano.
Magkasama kami magturo sa military noong time na yun. We were together. We used to teach spec ops, military intelligence. Yan. Kasama ko siya noon. We had good times. Then, kasi yung combatives, actually, my history there, my exposure there was with Arvin Sese, founder of Sese Blades.
Yes, shout out to Sese Blades. Check out their stuff, and they produce high quality, very very nice sturdy blades.
Yes, cheap and disposable knives.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yung mga pang-tapon.
The blades are good. Anyway, so kasama si Arvin. He gave me some books, Aurology. Siya nag-introduce sa akin mga authorities of combatives, Rex Applegate, Sastari, Makan. Kasi iniisip ko dati, for example, I thought, again, ayoko na mag-debate. This is my journey, okay? This is my journey. Kasi, whatever training I do, si Brock Lesnar ba matatalo ko? Ikaw, matatalo ba si Brock Lesnar?
Ay, feeling ko hindi.
Hindi,
Bigyan mo akong kutsilyo. Kaya ko.
Again, that's the way combatives people think. It's just be combative. Paano matalo yung tao? Ganon. Kasi iniisip ko, ano gagawin ko? So, I had a debate with Alvin once. So, combatives pinakita. Sixto, paano kalaban mo si sino ba yung wrestler dati na sikat sa UFC? Anyway, one of the earlier UFC guys.
Mark Coleman.
Yes. So sabi niya, sige, si Mark Coleman, magawa mo yan. Sinagot ko si Alvin. Bakit Alvin? Kung ikaw black belt sa jiu-jitsu, matatalong si Coleman? Well, some people might think. Anyway, that made me think eh. Tapos yun nga, inintroduce ako ni Arvin. Again, I'm not saying that combatives is the end all. Kasi minsan, marami na meet sa combatives, they're out of shape. They don't train. Tapos yung mga techniques sila are too dangerous to work.
Yes, too deadly. Yeah.
Too deadly.
Ang best ko narinig yan.
Yes. That's one of my complaints. But a lot of some combatives guys, they will give you a hard time. And ang importante naman sa combatives is actually the soft skills, yung tactical part. And gusto mo lang manalo, gusto mo mag-survive, yun ang habol mo. Okay? So I realized, mas na-attract ako doon eh. And plus, I was getting older. Masakit na mag-train ng MMA eh. So, yun, I was really attracted to that. But the thing is, I'm not saying stop Jiu-Jitsu, stop MMA, stop Muay Thai. If I had time or wala injuries, makikita mo ako sa mats ulit ngayon. Siguro mag-semi-retire ako, baka mag-train ulit ako. I'm thinking about it again. Basta ako, I also love Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? I had a great time during the 90s with Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? I'm not saying stop, pero mas na-attract lang ako sa combatives. So, yan, I would do some research. Nga, sa Stari lumalabas. Then, I did some research si Lee Morrison.
Lee Morrison.
Yes, I would buy his videos, his books. Mahal pa nun eh. Then, anyway, so yun, training. Then, going back sa martial arts, I was trying to look for a knife system or any weapon system which was non-Filipino. Kasi lahat sinasabi lang, Filipino's the best. Filipino. Sure, okay, it's the best. Let's say, again, ayaw na mag-debate. Sure. Pero gusto ko maghanap ng iba. So I did some research. Nakita ko yung libre. Then libre, nung nakita ko, was designed. Hindi siya yung originally it was FMA, tapos ni-redesign nila.
Yep.
They based the techniques on CCTV videos. Kung ano nangyayari talaga sa away. CCTV videos of knife fights. Doon nila binase. So it's a very, very simple system. Sobrang simple. And it focuses in a range na hindi masyadong covered sa FMA. Saka yung mga wall work, talagang dikit. Diba, you're a BJJ guy. You've been exposed to libre.
Yep.
There's a certain range which you don't typically find in FMA. So that's what attracted me. Ako naman, kung pwede aralin ko eh.
Yes.
Initially, the plan was just to study the system. Ganun lang. Ako naman, aral lang. Wala namang pakialam dati sa rank eh. I didn't care about certifications before. So, inisip ko, there was an online course. I said, okay, what's after this? Okay, I decided, sige, go for it. Certify na ako. So, we were asking the founder, Scott Bob, come here. Bob. Anyway.
Scott Bob. B-A-B-B eh. So, feeling ko, Scott Bob.
Bob.
to come over here?
Pumunta rito was, si what's his name? Si Josh.
Josh.
Josh Villeta.
Mm-hmm.
Who happens to be a Filipino. So,
it's in Filipino gangsta.
Yeah. Cool niya si Josh. Anyway, he came here. He trained, kinorekta ko. Since I had to be corrected. Some subtleties sa libre. Na munti ka na mag-pass out. Almost passed out. Yun ang ask Alfred was there and Shad was there. I almost passed out. Yeah, and I was the first Asian to be certified as a libre trainer.
And then, ano yun? Was this after or before yung kami naman yung tinrain nun? Diba, kami batch 1, yung binilad kami sa araw, yung kinulog kami sa buong araw, 9 hours na training ata yun, na maga yung 4 hours pagkatapos. Before ba yun or after?
No, Josh came here 2015.
Yeah.
June, I remember.
Tapos doon tayo sa loob ng BF.
Grabe nun eh. Daming aksidente, no? 'Di ba? May napunit na tuhod. Merong pumutok yung elbow, yung may dugo yung sahig. What's his name? Si Polish guy. Si Darius. Sumabog yung elbow.
Yep. May hiniptro siya, tapos sumama siya, bumagsak yung elbow niya sa floor. So, putok.
Si Nolly. That was Nolly. Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
and General Alberto was there.
General Alberto was there. And this was after na, di ba, Doc? This was after the formal training. So, it was supposed to be done. We came from the outside, going back, and then we closed the doors, then it was open sparring. Grabe. Kahit si General na ata General na ba si Albert? Colonel Albert? Or General na ba?
Colonel pala. Colonel yata nung time.
Diba? Kahit siya, gamer eh. Kahit siya, nakipagsabayan eh. Diba?
Si General Alberto is a highly decorated veteran.
Lakas na. Ayoko doon sa tao.
Yun my exposure good exposure kay General.
Yes, very much.
When we used to teach sa camp, saya rin.
Very,
we used to teach the Rangers.
Yes.
Kasama sina Arvin. Tulog kami doon. We did things which the average person was not exposed to.
Is not exposed to. Yes. So, and then from those training sessions and then transition to today. So, and then pagkwento natin si Kiro.
Si
Lee Morrison, tsaka si Calis Illustricio mo pa, di ba?
Kasi nangyari was, my brother, in 2010, 2011, kinausap ako. Sabi, you know what, let's focus on Illustricio now. Okay, so yun. Binisita namin si Mang Tony. I was lucky na that's 2011. Si Arnold yung head Narzo. Na Mang Tony died, si Arnold nagmana ng pagturo sa luneta ng Kiro, ng Illustricio. And he has been my instructor ever since 2011. I'm not sure. He's very knowledgeable of what Mang Tony taught him. Magaling at saka matyaga, and he's very humble. Sobrang humble ni Arnold.
And then
tutulungan talaga ng maayos, matyaga.
And then from this is a personal question, and then probably whoever is gonna watch this, there are so many arnis groups, there are so many arnisadors. How do you become a grandmaster? Or how do you become a master, and then how do you become a grandmaster? Napainom din ako.
You know what? I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea how they became a grandmaster. Si Alvin nga may magandang hirit eh.
Mhm.
Who did he have to kill to be called a grandmaster? Alvin Aguilera. Okay, so professor, si professor.
Si Professor.
Kasi nakakatawa niyan, nung nag-compete ako sa Bacolod noong 1994, yun pala, I remember during that time, if you reach a certain age, 50 plus, 55, bibigyan ka ng honorary grandmaster rank.
Okay.
Age ano rin yun eh.
So it's
So
an age thing.
It's an age thing. Pero I don't know, kasi saan ba nanggaling grandmaster concept? Wala naman tayo dati yun. At saka, for example, in Illustrissimo, ang tinatawag lang namin grandmaster, according to the late Mang Tony, and even now, si Arnold nagsasabi sa amin, the grandmaster is a founder of the system, which was Tatang.
Tatang.
Mang Tony would be called the master. Pero si Mang Tony kasi, yun nga, tawag namin was Mang. Was Mang Tony. Ayaw niya matawag na master. Eh. So, I don't know. Si Arnold, tinatawag ko rin ng master naman. Pero when we talk, Arnold na naman tawag sa kanya. Eh. Kasi it's to distinguish him from other people. Kasi sa totoo lang, wala naman ranks sa arnis eh. You just get better. Parang boxing or Muay Thai. Just get better, better, and better. Then you become an instructor. That's it. Kaya ang daming may gusto mag-FMA eh. Kasi ang daming ibang systems. Binibenta na lang yung rango eh. Which is sad.
Yep, that is true.
Which is sad. A lot of these masters couldn't even swing a stick. Takot na masaktan. Anyway, tapos, yun pala, di ko pa pala nabanggit yung regarding sa kay Lee Morrison. So, what happened was, in Libre, Lee was attracted to Libre fighting.
Yes.
Okay? He was attracted to Libre fighting. Tapos, nag-seminar siya with Scott Babb. Okay? And so they had a seminar together. So, there was a chance, sabi ko, huy, gumagaling na kami mag-organize ng international seminars. Kasama ko si Dr. Dax.
Si Dax.
We contacted him. One of the guys who went to England, met up with him, si Fernan Imperial. Had lunch with him, and we invited him if he can come to the Philippines and give a seminar. Yun, so pinapunta namin siya, ano bang year na? 2018, that was his first seminar here. 2019 was the second one. That's how Urban Combatives was established here. He's a very scary guy.
It's huge. Kapal.
Yeah,
thick.
He used to be an ex-weightlifter. He used to compete in weightlifting, sa amateur weightlifting. Saka parang lahat, inaral din niya. He's nag-wing chun, nag-judo. He was a doorman, Philippines bouncer. He was a bouncer for so many years. So na-apply na niya marami sa tinuturo niya. And he admitted to me there's only one thing he teaches which he hasn't really applied in a real fight, which is gun disarms. Kasi, but everything else he has applied. He's already applied. So that's the thing I like about Lee. Everything he teaches you, he has applied it in fighting. Yes. And he's very nice. He's very open-minded. And yun, he got so enamored with Libre. Galing. Kasi si Lee, teach him one technique. Parang Alvin din si Lee. He will do it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He will do it 1,000 times. Si Alvin, it's like that, di ba? No, hindi pala was. Is like that. Tapos, well, the nice thing about Lee, in-adopt na rin niya ang Carlos Hermanos sa Urban Combatives.
Yes.
So, if you have his Tier 1 manual, there's a chapter there
for Carlos Hermanos.
blunt weapons, which is Carlos Hermanos. Well, we were supposed to invite him this year again, but
COVID happened.
with the pandemic, well, we'll see. We keep in touch.
Mhm. Di ba? Ayun, teka lang. Cheers, Doc. Cheers, Doc. Dapat pala nagdala akong tubig. Okay. So from there,
Mas masaya mag-interview ng may inom, no?
Oo, hindi. Medyo ano siya. Hindi, ang ano ko lang dapat pala nagdala akong chaser. Kasi straight na to. So from there,
May coke ako.
oo nga eh. Excited ako eh. So from there, since this is valuable information. This is something that will hopefully contribute to Philippine martial arts history. And then let's go. I've been wanting to ask someone like you for regarding these questions. What makes a system good? How important is acid testing or practical testing when it comes to learning a combative system?
You should have a non-compliant partner.
Mm-hmm.
The techniques should have been tried. Okay, some techniques naman, syempre, yung question mark, has the technique been applied against a non-compliant fighter?
Okay.
Kasi ang daming techniques. Question mark,
Yes, that is true.
Hindi. For example, when I teach FMA, I can still teach you disarms, but I don't focus so much on disarms.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you watch CCTVs of real fights, how often do you see a disarm? It's very rare.
That practically answered my follow-up question. Kasi how effective are gun disarms and knife disarms? Kasi I've always, learning from you, from Alvin, from the systems that I was exposed to by everything that I learned from you guys. Parang it doesn't make sense. Ako personally, it doesn't make sense. It's good to know that technique is available, pero actual application and for it to actually happen, medyo ewan ko, para sa akin it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, kasi my belief ako sa disarm.
Mm-hmm.
RJ din when we were talking before. So what's the best disarm? Paluin mo sa ulo. Pagpalo mo sa ulo, mabitaman. Yan, disarm.
Disarm. Diba? So, I question it. For example, in knife fighting, my personal belief in knife fighting is dapat parang it's like gun fighting. Once you bring out a knife, kahit corny pakinggan, kahit yung sword drawing dati, samurai, once you pull the sword out, it has to taste blood. Dati nako-cornyhan ako din. But I realized, ba't mo palinabas? So, ganun ang belief ko sa knife. Once gamitin mo na, the situation should warrant it, that you should be using it. For example, home invasion. Or sa combative style, disparity of force. Mm-hmm.
For example, may kalabang ang 6'5", steroid user.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't care if you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu or an MMA guy, 6'5", hirap ka dun.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to use a tool. A knife kasi, it's actually an equalizer. It's an equalizer. So, yun. So you really have to use it. Tapos yung gagamitin mo, knife, tapos magla-lock ka lang. It's like, yung mga nanonood ka malumang movies, mga sword fights, yung gagamitin, clang, clang, tapos bilang sisipa lang sila.
Oo.
Okay, headbutt lang sila. Parang, huh? So, use the blade. Use the blade. That's my belief. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is in context. You have to use it. You have to justify why you use it. Kasi again, ito naman yung combative side. You have to consider civilization na tayo. You have to do things legally.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? For example, Lee Morrison, ang galing din eh. He has a lesson. Let's say there's a knifer. So you have to neutralize him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to neutralize the guy. Hindi pwedeng ano lang eh. He attacks you, you neutralize, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Kapag may dumating na witness, makita, iisipin ikaw nag-assault eh.
Yes.
Hindi nila nakita yung before. Okay,
Yes.
in combatives, they teach you that before the knife fight, you shout, I don't want to fight. Why are you attacking me? Why do you have that knife? Bakit may kutsilyo ka? Isisigaw mo yun.
Okay.
Diyan ka lang. Ayoko na away.
Mm-hmm.
Yun ang di maintindihan ng ibang systems. In combatives, they teach you that. Those are the soft skills. Kasi what if there's a witness or if there's a CCTV? Ngayon, it's very common.
Yes.
It's very common now. You have to say, ayoko na away, diyan ka lang. Pare, ayoko, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Ayoko. Kapag inupakan mo bigla yan, depende sa angulo ng camera, baka lumabas ikaw para assault.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things you have to consider.
And then,
Hindi,
sige, go, Doc. Sige, go.
no. Yeah.
Hindi, kasi, now that you mentioned CCTVs into the equation, and then witnesses, diba? Diba? It's, everything, and this is something that I want, at least this is one of the things I want people to learn from this conversation, is that the length of time or the small window for decision making is very, very small. Diba?
Oh, yeah.
Then and there, kailangan magde-decide ka na eh. Fight or flight to eh.
Judgment call. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a judgment
okay,
call.
Tatlo eh.
Okay.
It's actually tatlo. It's fight or flight, di ba? There's a third one. Freeze.
Exactly.
Freeze.
It's either you're gonna fight or you're gonna freeze. Diba? So
Diba?
This is one of the very, very thankful that you mentioned these things, kasi when I teach self-defense classes or seminars, this is the reality that I tell people. Majority of the victims, if you listen to their testimonies and their stories, siguro ako, personal experience ko with conversing with these people, 90% of them experienced freezing. As in, they wanted to do something, but they couldn't.
Si Darius, he taught me something before. You only have 3 seconds to decide.
Mm.
If it goes beyond 3 seconds,
You're
wala
dead.
na.
Mm.
You're dead. Kaya nga again, yun ang maganda sa combatives. For example, the first thing they teach you, pag may humarang sa'yo, go to the side.
Mm.
So you can check kung may kasama siya.
Mm-hmm.
Kung may sumusunod sa'yo, check your watch, or may nawawala sa'yo, so umiikot ka. If he keeps on following you, yun na yun, di ba?
Diba?
So those are things na ang ano naman ng combatives is, for me, no, or self-protection, which is the
Self-protection.
It's not, for example, you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I know combatives, I'll kick your ass. No, it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
Ano is, I want to survive. Pwedeng iwas lang, bang. Takbo. Bang, alis. Sina Lee Morrison nga, sinama nga nila basic parkour in their tier 1 manual. Kasi takbo ka against...
Takbo ka. Like, urban obstacles.
Yeah.
Diba?
Pero syempre, there are times you can't... Kasi yung artifice pa. Yung ganda ng mga turo niya. Yung mga, for example, kausap mo tao, hawakan mo sa chest. Bro, ayokong gulo. Yung kamay mo, pababa ng pababa. Hanggang umabot sa bayag niya. Normally, ang tao, syempre, papareact yan. Saan mo nabibigyan?
Yes.
So, mga ganung bagay. You're not actually a better fighter. You're
aware.
A smarter fighter.
Okay.
In this context.
Diba? And then from there, so we discussed ano ba? So we discussed the disarms, how a system can be effective. Now we're gonna repeat that. It's not the system, it's the person who is doing the system that makes it effective. Diba? And
The
then
instructor, yeah.
yep, the instruction, the transmission of message, the translation and transmission of the message, and then the application. And then from there, yes, Doc.
Kaya personally, for example, no, some of my colleagues in FMA, they keep on mentioning si Grandmaster ganon, ang galing-galing, nakapatay ng isang jeep ng tao, blah, blah, blah. Nasa death matches, walang namamatay.
Nakakatawa yung mga death matches na yan.
Blind Princess. Ewan daming question mark. Tapos anyway, they keep on mentioning si Master ganyan. Ang sinasabi ko, you know what? A lot of the grandmasters, patay na. A lot of founders, you're dead. Dapat tayo na magpagaling. Lagi binabanggit si ganito magaling. Actually,
siguro kasi kumukuha sila ng street cred doon, Doc. I think they base their credibility, integrity, or kung ano mang pogi points nila on the stories of their predecessors.
Ako naman, it's good to know history. It's good. Pero the thing is, the way to give respect to your masters is pakita mo na you can make the system work. Kasi ang dami lagi. Ang ganyan, dinedebate pa rin si Kula Fu, si ganyan, si Lapu-Lapu. Ako, tama na. Kilos na lang tayo. It's, ang daming debates. Which is the nice thing about Jiu-Jitsu. BJJ, before you become a black belt or go up in rank, you have to fight. You have to compete.
Yeah.
Ang Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, or even Judo, the place where it came from, people don't care anymore. Like when I was in Europe, we were discussing about BJJ. So I was asking one of the black belts there, so which club are you affiliated with? I'm a black belt. I don't need to be affiliated with anybody. I have to fight. I have to show people I know how to fight. So iba yung mentality na. Iba na Hindi na yung blah 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 si Grandmaster Flowers ganyan blah blah blah. During his time ito nangyari blah blah blah. Kaya sila, they just train tas wala nang pakialam They get the system tas sila na pagandahin na nila. They train a lot.
Diba? And then ako, another I just want to learn your opinion, Doc. Why do you think a lot of people are not training or even studying self-defense, self-protection, martial arts? Bakit people see the importance of learning how to defend themselves or get themselves out of tight situations, pero why isn't it a priority? Dahil sa tanong, papainom ako sa tanong na yun.
Isip ako
Sige, Doc, okay lang. Kasi ako, this is an ongoing question, and I really think na I do not, I mean, being a coach, I teach normal, regular people, I teach professional fighters, I teach law enforcement people. There are people who are very welcoming of it, pero I do not understand why hindi siya priority ng tao. One of the reasons is because siguro apprehension caused by fear, or they fear the judgment, or they think that if they fail they'll look bad. Alam mo yun. Pero, pag tinanong mo sila, do you think is self-defense important? They're gonna say, yes, of course. Kasi paano pag na-hold up ako? Paano pagka merong gustong humahabol sa akin or may nang susto? Pero you make them like, okay, then enroll. Then you ask them, or why aren't they enrolling in classes? Diba? Why isn't it a priority? And another observation na napansin ko is Filipinos we are a band-aid culture. We'll only act on something
Yeah.
if something already happens.
True.
Diba? So parang ako ngayon, kasi this is ano lang eh, parang every time I do a self-defense seminar and I go like, okay, do you think what you're learning right now is important? Everyone says yes. And then I go like, then sabi ko, you don't have to enroll in my class or in the gyms that I am affiliated with. Sabi ko, there's a boxing gym, di ba? Pay the monthly, learn, di ba? There's a Muay Thai gym.
Boxing. One of the best foundations.
Yes, di ba? So, but they see the importance, but they won't act on it, diba? So, yeah, I think this is one of the struggles that us teachers and coaches are faced with every day, diba? Parang see the importance, and then you really have to convince people. So, yeah, while you're thinking about that, ito naman, how important are systems like this, okay, or trainings like this towards law enforcement and armed forces?
Okay. The thing about law enforcement and armed forces, different skill sets yan.
Yes.
Leo and military.
Mm-hmm.
Military kasi actually it's to neutralize your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement, like what happened recently, you have to pacify. Eh? So jiu-jitsu, pwede yun. Actually,
yes!
Jiu-jitsu is a good base for na. Kasi di naman pwede bumunta lang police
yes.
Diba? Dapat pacify mo yun.
Pacify, pin, neutralize.
Exactly. I have a story nga eh. Si Kazeka, when I was in Croatia, they brought Kazeka to Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
Then they asked him, so how do you handcuff a person?
Mm-hmm.
Resisting.
Yeah.
Hirap, di ba? Sa totoo lang.
Yes. Yes.
Kita mo yung police sa TV, hirap eh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kasi Kazeka he's not a big guy, di ba? 150,
yep.
160.
He's not.
Okay, so ang ganda. So there was this guy there. Okay, can you please handcuff him? Ano ginawa ni Kazeka?
Ano?
Nag-shoot. Binalibag. Mount.
Bam. Mount.
Bang. Ano?
Yes.
Back control. Dinagay ng ano.
Exactly. Diba? Ako naman nung one of the more yan yung natutunan ko when I did my stint sa Singapore. I was part of the team. I actually learned it. Paano mag-handcuff ng tama. Tsaka paano mag-handcuff na maayos. I trained the special yung parang PDEA ni Singapore. There's a system pala for doing it. There's a procedure pala for doing it.
Yeah.
It's a very
for
systematic.
Yeah.
So parang sabi ko, alam kaya ng mga police to? Diba? And then, yun din. The reason why I asked that is because there are so many videos out there already of law enforcement people here in the country na parang parang nakakahiya na eh. Diba? Katawa-tawa. Aminin na natin, katawa-tawa, tapos nakakahiya. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung gagawin.
Huwag ka mag-alala, hindi unique sa Philippines yan. Kasi a lot of the martial arts training of Leos and military, it depends on who they know.
Yes. And I don't understand why the leadership of law enforcement, so sabihin natin dito sa Pilipinas, bakit hindi nila gawing ako lang parang it's not because I teach jiu-jitsu or any other system. It's because I really see the value and importance of it na why isn't this a staple? Kasi sasabihin ng mga police gusto nila or gano'n. Pero hindi naman ine-endorse ng mga leadership structure or the people above them. Diba?
Yeah, Aikido.
Yes, they say police, a lot of Aikido. Yeah, a lot of Aikido.
Again, ayoko mag-negative comment doon. Let's put it in context.
Yes.
Would those techniques apply sa needs ng Leos? Yun na lang yung question ko eh. Ayoko na tanong, this is better than that, blah, blah, blah. But in this context, would that work?
Yes.
You know, for example, like, again, Lee, he was a doorman.
Mm-hmm.
iba din yung handling eh.
Yep.
Iba din eh. For example, like one of my students, Fernand Imperial, when he was in London, he was in a bar, no? May nakita siya. Doorman, liit. 5'6" lang daw, 5'7".
Wow.
Anyway, liit daw. Tapos may nagwawala na this guy was 6 feet, blah, 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 sigaw na sigaw. So, ano ginawa ng doorman? Di ba iba, turo, buntalin mo kaagad. He can't do that. May camera. Plus, would it work? So, ginawa ng doorman. So, sige. Sigaw, 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 sigaw. Tapos, kunyari, tingin sa baba. Pag tingin sa relo, sweep! Boom! Lipad yung ano. Lipad yung nagko-complain. Dog piles sila. So, di ba? So, dapat, ano rin eh, it's in context on what you
what
need
works.
To do.
Kasi I posted something recently. Yeah.
For that situation.
For that situation. Kasi, you know, I posted something recently on my Facebook and Instagram. Parang there's like 2 videos siya na parang the first one was it took like 3 or 4 armed police officers to pin down one guy who was resisting sa checkpoint or hinuli, nag-resist. And then of course the most recent one is this is an old shirtless foreigner who was hand tussling with a policeman, and it took him a long time before he was able to pin him to the ground. Next, ipoposas niya dapat, hindi niya nagawa, nakatayo pa yung lalaki. Di ba? All the while, the wife was shouting na apparently or allegedly that old man had a bad back. Di ba? So parang, masyado maraming what ifs eh. I always, when I use and contextualize that video, I always tell people, you see, these are the judgment calls that our law enforcement people are faced with every day. Diba? Their lives are not easy. Diba? Their lives are not easy. Kasi paano kung may baril yung taong yun? Paano kung may kutsilyo siya?
Exactly.
Hindi, you'll never, and then if we go back to a few more days, yung prior to that, diba? A guy shot someone na parang, I mean, he's now an antagonist in a storyline na pinakita yung video, bumunot yung lalaki. So, nag-judgment call siya, binaril niya. Diba? These are the things that and then, one thing then, a lot of people, especially when medyo may oras ako nun. So, nag-post ako sa Twitter. So, lahat ng tao sinasabi nila, mentally ill, may PTSD, ganyan. Sabi ko, kayo, sa tingin nyo ba yung mga pulis na yan, walang PTSD din? Di ba? They wear their uniforms every day. They go to work every day. Diba? They may look like they're fine, pero sa tingin nyo ba wala silang PTSD? Diba? Lalo na yung mga nag-buy bust, nag-raid, diba? Sa tingin nyo wala silang PTSD? Bakit yung namatay lang yung may PTSD? Is it gonna be a better narrative kung yung police yung namatay or pareho na lang silang namatay? Diba? Those are the things na so ako lang, it just baffles me that a lot of people think
personally,
that way. Go, Doc.
Ayoko na kasi mag-argue dyan. But my only comment is, again, like what you said, judgment call. Again, was the judgment correct? I don't know. Mali ba? Again, I don't know. Pero yun lang word na ginagamit ko, judgment call.
Judgment call. Diba? And then from now, Doc, for someone who doesn't know anything but wants to start learning, what do you think are the guidelines that they should look at? Diba? Whether it may be combatives or learning martial arts. Like, what do you think are the basic guidelines that they should look at?
Okay, a lot of problems kasi when it comes to martial arts or any sport in particular. Oh, I'll do jiu-jitsu, so I'm better than you. I do MMA, or I do this competitive shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm a knife fighter. Ito problem ko eh. First of all, before you run, walk. Before you walk, you stand up. Are you conditioned? Are you fit? For example, one of my problems with FMA with actually a lot of them knife fighters. Okay. Ang problem is, this is a pet peeve of mine. Look at a lot of the weapons guys. Let's say, look at 100 pictures of BJJ, Muay Thai, MMA guys.
Alam ko na saan pupunta to. Okay. Inom muna ako.
Man, tumingin ka ng weapons guys. Oh my God. Patakbuhin mo 50 meters mo, hihimatayin.
So, sabi ko, ang lalaki ng forearms, ang lalaki rin ng tiyan.
Anong forearms? Wala kang forearm. Tapos, I've met a lot of guys na. Well, I've traveled, I've taught, tapos kinakamayan ko sila. Parang it's boxers. How would you know it's a boxer? Knuckles, diba?
Kasmang, yeah.
Saka knuckles, okay.
Yeah.
Puta, ang daming FMA guys. Wala man lang kalyo eh. Tapos hahawa ko, you're an instructor. Kulang yan. Oh, so, again, dun pa lang. Kulang sa swings, kulang sa Again, are they fit enough? So, sa akin, in any self-defense na aralin mo, kapag fit ka, malakas ka, dun pa lang lamang ka na eh. You can survive, bigger chance to survive an attack. Mas makakatakbo ka, di ka magkaka-heart attack. When you escape, aakyat ka, mas kaya ng katawan mo. In case banggain ka, in case maka-struggle ka. Strength matters. Kaya nga may weight division eh. Kaya nga may men's and women's division eh. Again, yun ang foundation ko. Like in history, no, some guys dinedefend nila yung honor ng system nila. Traditional martial arts. Okay, I know this. Okay, I know the butterfly technique. Blah, blah, blah. I will defend the butterfly club. Yung pala, ang ginagamit niya, yung techniques ng Dragon Club. Doon siya naging fit.
Okay.
Ayoko na gumamit ng specific arts, pero you get my point, diba? They're actually using something else. So again, like dati, if you see malumang Aikido guys, they were ex-judo guys.
Yes.
Ang lalakas.
That's true.
Tapos ngayon, sorry martial art, no contact, blah, blah, blah.
I no touch.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They're the best. They're the best.
May kilala ako dati, nag-aral niyan ilang years. Sabi ko, okay, here's my knife. Sige, lapit ka ngayon. Saksakin talaga kita or susugatan lang kita. Tapos, yung fitness level, wala. Sa akin, again, number one is fitness level. Kapag conditioned ka, di ba even in jiu-jitsu, let's say, sa lower belts, you can get away with a lot of things if you're strong and conditioned.
Yep.
Diba parang si Dan Gable ba nagsabi, no? Na his best weapon is conditioning? I'm not sure kung siya nagsabi. But it was one of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Nagsabi nun. So, yun ang ko, dapat condition ka. Again, like some of the military systems. Diba, for example, some clubs, we're a military system, blah, 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 blah. Kita mo yung mga estudyante nila. Ilang push-ups isang araw. Nagra-rocking sila. Ilang kilometro. Turuan mo na ng basic 1, 2 yan, gagana na yan. Ano talaga number one is, for me, is strength and conditioning. If you have those, everything else follows. If you don't have it, man, your technique won't work.
That's true. I totally agree. 100%.
Diba? Again, we saw in the UFC. When the UFC came out, we were waiting for the masters, mga Mr. Miyagi na maliit, na asan sila?
Wala.
Sabi nila, wala. Hindi, kasi gusto daw nila secret sila, blah, 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 blah. Masyadong dangerous. Diba? Asan na? So, it's a big thing is strength and conditioning. Again, if you don't believe me, look at the ex-fighters when they got old. Oh, matanda na. Hindi nila kaya lumaban kasi wala na silang strength and conditioning. Again, hindi ko sila minamaliit, no? Pero tumanda na eh. Cycle of life. Kaya dapat again, focus sa strength and conditioning.
Yep.
Kung wala ka nun, man, I don't know, dapat wala ka sa business of fighting. Anyway, again, the reason I know that, I fell into that trap before. Technique is enough, blah, blah, blah. Putang ina, napalaban ako sa batang malakas, pupak ako. Oh. So,
diba? So, at least, this is, coming from you, this is gonna be a very good foundation for people, especially the ones who want to start, diba? They have to have that level of physical fitness na lang, diba? Hindi
physical
pwedeng,
fitness, basic.
Basic physical fitness. Diba, hindi pwedeng
chin-ups ng konti.
hindi pwedeng sugod kagad tapos gusto mo ito na. Diba? Okay,
so,
Doc.
Less chance of injury.
Less chance of injury talaga.
Oo.
Diba? And then what else? So with regards to systems and weapons, what do you think are the weapons that are crappy or bullshit? So bukod sa karambit.
Papaawayin mo ako yan.
Awayan natin sila, Doc. Suntukan na lang, di ba? Para magkaalaman na.
Again, actually, any weapon. Actually, again, medyo corny na. Pero ano yung pinaka-common na sabi? The most dangerous weapon is a person's mind.
Yes. That is it.
Diba? It's a person's mind. So, again, ang ano ko lang, with knives,
yung tawag ito, in the context of what are the limitations of weapons, especially handheld weapons. Sabihin natin kutsilyo.
Okay. Again, madami mga galit sa ito. We have to discuss about bladed and impact weapons. Okay, let's start with bladed.
Okay. Sige, Doc.
Kapag magbasa ka ng dyaryo or reports of stabbings, normally ilang stabs bago namamatay yung tao?
Marami.
15? 20?
Meron diba? Nabubuhay pa eh.
Kasi naksak dito eh. Puso, may alam mo ka nabuhay. May alam mo ka buhay eh. Okay. Again, especially now, for example, this is an agricultural blade.
Yes.
Okay. Kapag tinamaan nito, masaksak ka, there's a big chance patay ka. But how often do people
carry something
bring
like
knives?
That? Yes.
It's big. Okay. Normally, maliit yan eh. Diba? Or even the balisong.
Yeah.
I have a story to tell you which I heard from a friend from the military. Okay? So hearsay ito. Hearsay. So bumibili sila ng... They were attacked by
terror groups.
Two terrorists, okay? So wala eh. Walang barel, no? Hindi nila nabunot. So yung isa na neutralize ka agad. One of the terrorists, may knife siya. Kasi di ko alam bakit. Galing ba siyang palengke or kusina? I don't remember. So he kept on stabbing the guy. Dami. So ayaw pa mamatay. Struggle. Hindi sila marunong ng grappling. So this was in the field, okay? Finally, hindi namatay sa saksak. They had to get a big rock, smash the guy's head.
Doon lang na...
Kasi the thing about knives is, compared to firearms, no? Firearms have hydrostatic shock. So yung speed ng bullet. Kapag tumama sa'yo, may shock yan. Knives don't have that. So you have to hit brainstem, major
arteries.
Arteries. Otherwise, ibang body parts, let's say liver, mamamatay eventually. But during that time, makabunot or makaganti pa So you have to consider that limitation with knives. And for example, some of the shorter knives, no, let's say like libre. It's a short knife because of legalities. It has to be yung less than 4 inches. Okay, so legalities, no? The problem is yung concept ng defining the snake. Yung hihiwain daw dito. In a hyper-adrenalized person, na let's say, may stimulants, you think that would stop him?
No.
No. So, you have to consider those things. I have friends na nahiwa na. Hiwa. Buhay Pero of course, kapag tinamaan mo sa mata, ibang usapan yun. Ibang usapan yun. So, again, you have to know the limitations. Kasi like a lot of drills, dati, ako, no? Oh, bang, natamaan na kita dyan, talo ka na. Bang, it's like, parang kayo nagbaboxing O, tinamaan kita dyan, knock-out ka na. Nabuntal na kita dyan. Hindi nga masakit Oh. Saka sa totoo lang, buntal ka ng boxingero sa ulo. Yung seasoned boxer. Or not even seasoned Basta yung naka 1 year, 2 years. Hirap tamaan yan.
Yep.
Anyway, going back sa knife, your opponent is struggling. And he wants to survive. So, mahirap din. So, that's one limitation of blades. Okay? 2, impact weapons. Sa totoo lang, a lot of impact weapons that people use will not hurt your opponent. A lot of the arnis, yantok, they're too light. They're too light. Mag-crash in ka lang. Lusot ka na.
Yep.
Lalo na ngayon, ang daming BJJ guys, Muay Thai guys, boxing, gano'n. Just train them, cover. That won't stop them. That will not stop them. Tapos tama mo pa sa
braso or sa
muscular areas.
Yeah.
Minsan nga, alam ko, tubo sa ulo, dumiretso pa So, pero siya, exception yon. The thing with blunt weapons is, one is you have to develop power. And that takes a while to develop. And you need to train, you need to have maintenance training. So you keep that power. Yun ang problem. Na hindi ginagawa. Akala nila, oh, may yantok ako. I don't care if you're a BJJ guy. Blah, blah, blah. If you shoot in, it'll just hit you. The thing is, test it. Subukan nyo. Subukan nyo if it will work. You need to use something heavier. Like there was this picture I posted in one of my pages and may crack dito. Actually, ginamit itong batuta hardwood
Yeah.
So that worked. But otherwise, a lot of weapons, you have to choose your target. It has to be heavy enough. And you have to be trained how to use it. You have to be trained on using power. If you don't have that, it's useless. Again, ito balik tayo on some of the self-defense classes I see for women. They say, bang, 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 bang. Oh, she's deadly. Bang, she'll be able to use that punch. Mabubuntal niya, mananakaut niya. Oh my God. Sorry. Some women can. I've seen them. That they can really knock out guys, no? But unless trained sila, let's say 20 pounds, 30 pounds heavier, which is the disparity. For example, like we're discussing dito, street situation.
Yes.
Like predators. Predators will not choose an easy target.
Yes.
They will choose they will not choose a hard target. They will choose an easy target. Namimili yan
Yeah.
Lagi, di ba? Kaya nga, bully, pipili kayo, maliit Hindi ka na pipili ng malaki
Yep.
So, normally, mapapaaway ka, babae. Yung punch nila, they're given a false sense of security. Oh, this will work. That will work. That will knock him out. Oh, if you hit him this, I don't know. Again, it's the same with weapons. Like I was saying, blunt weapons nga, kailangan mag-adjust eh. Unless you develop that power, that shit won't work.
Mhm.
That won't
And then,
work. Again, we were discussing kanina, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Sige nga, kuha na yung tok na magaan, paluin mo siya.
Paluin mo si Brock Lesnar. Mamaya mo, saluhin niya na ipin niya yung yantok.
Sabi ng iba, tuhod lang daw. Oh my God. No,
Di pa rin,
I don't
di
think
pa rin.
so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And then
So,
how about
we have to
how about Doc yung the age-old hirit ng mga tao na parang babarilin ko na lang, 'di ba? Or may baril naman eh. 'Di ba?
Sure. No. I'm in favor of that. The best weapon talaga is a firearm.
Mhm.
It's the best. Eh, syempre. But again, in context.
Mhm.
Nabunot mo na ba? Naka-point na ba? Nandyan ba yung weapon? Again, totoo yun eh. Again, It's like the knife. Like the knife, no? O sige, sabihin natin. O sige, each, for the sake of argument, sige. Oh, when this hits you, blah, 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 you'll just fall down, blah, 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 the fight will stop. Okay. The thing is, nabunot mo na ba?
Mm-mm.
Kasi there are ways to foil getting the weapon. Drawing the weapon. There are ways how to foil it. And it's, people train for that. Lalo na kung kalaban mo, jiu-jitsu na sanay mag-manipulate ng limbs, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
You train for that. Kasama yun eh.
Yep.
So, yun. You have to consider that. Again, firearms, yes. Everybody should train with firearms. But again, proper firearm training. Kasi age-old yan eh. When I was younger, may debate yan eh. Oh, may baril naman ako 6'2" eh. Walang kwenta martial arts mo. Ginawa ko, kinuha ko yung kutsilyo, nilapita ko, nilagay ko sila. Kasi, saan ang baril mo ngayon? Nasa probinsya pala eh. So, again, I'm not anti maganda.
Yes, that's true. We're just putting it out there.
Ang tingin ko lang, it's a tool. It's a tool. Again, the best talaga is a fire. Actually, hindi nga firearm. It's best is may rest back ka na may firearms. Yun ang the best. So, again, I'm thinking in a combative way.
Yes.
Yun ang talaga maganda. Tapos, syempre kung wala, ikaw may firearm. Ano talaga?
Diba?
Maganda
I mean, at least so that people will have a better understanding, a better context of what really happens on the ground. Kasi one of the at least one of my main goals into having you over is at least people get a good realistic, diba? A good realistic point of view of what happens. And para lang din kasi I've been saying this over and over and over again. So at least may people know that it comes from a place of rational, objective, and realistic sources, diba? I mean, these are the things that we study. These are the things that we discuss, diba? Everything is open up for discussion, and I really hope that people will learn from this. Dahil, I mean, yun yung realities natin eh. Yun yung realities natin. And then, especially now, for everything, this whole lockdown thing got extended and then extended and then extended.
Yeah.
So how do you see society now? Do you think do you think that social unrest will increase dahil everyone's like cooped inside eh? Diba? And how important is home protection now compared to before?
Okay, sa totoo lang, I was one of the guys who was saying that people are actually nicer than we think. Kita mo ngayon, ang dami nagbabalik ng ayuda.
Mm-hmm.
You give it back. A lot of people are sharing money, food, etc. Ang dami. I'm very proud of being a Filipino now. Kita mo sa news eh. And they're not so rich eh. There was this guy who was deaf-mute. Na doble ayuda niya, binalik niya.
Mm.
Again, saying that, let's still be careful. Actually, hindi lang sa ngayon eh. Ang tao kasi, before this happened, or during this, or after, kung tarantado talaga.
Yes.
Hindi mo kailangan ng gantong event. So you should be prepared all
for
the
people
time.
like that. all the time.
Personally, I don't think there's going to be social. Tagal nang sinabi yan. Simula pa lang. Ang dami yung nag-ano sa akin. Ang sinabi ko, what I answered was, instead of being an alarmist and spreading hate, let's help.
Yes.
You'd be surprised. Ang daming gusto tumulong. Actually, tingin ko sa mga taong yung antipati ko eh. But again, saying that, sa average day-to-day mo, mag-ingat ka. Kasi there will always be predators. There will always be criminals. Bakit before this? Actually, bumaba nga ang crime rate 50%. Okay, bumaba ang, let me be more specific. Index crimes. Bumaba. Nabawasan kasi may pulis lagi eh. May ano lagi. So, index crimes. Although tumaas ang domestic violence. Again, mag-ingat tayo all the time. Yun ang gusto ko share. Number one is awareness. For example, personally ako, hindi ako napapaaway. Maingat ako eh. Ayoko eh. Basta may trouble, get out. Actually, tinanong ako ni si Lee and his assistant, si Jamie Miller, they asked me, so how many fights have you been in? Oh, sabi ko talagang away. Man, just once. Just once. Oh, that's good. Ibig sabihin, magaling ka mag-iwas. Maintain it. Hindi ako magnet sa away. So,
diba? And then, so, let's wrap this up, Doc. You can always do
talaga?
this. Bakit? Gusto mo pa ba?
Dami po.
Pang natin, mag-next episode tayo. Diba? Doc Sixto, thank you so much. Where can people find you? Where can people find your classes? Okay, and the teams that they can join in order to learn these things.
Okay, to be frank, isa ako sa mga pinakasupladong instructors mo ni mo.
Yes. Nung bago ako. Yeah.
No, pero to learn sa akin, man, I really don't care. Lalo na ngayon, I've been following Stoicism. I really don't care sumikat dito. I really don't. I'm into this, yung martial arts, now combative self-protection. It's for me. It's for my family. I want to survive. The reason I got students is so I have training partners. And I teach, so I have money to buy equipment, to pay my instructors to teach. I don't know, just ask my students paano nila ako na hanap. Siguro in the future, mas open ako. Pero ngayon kasi, I love this. I love to train. Again, like I told you, eventually gusto kong bumalik. I really miss my Muay Thai days. I miss my Jiu-Jitsu days. Pero openly, I don't know. It's
Kung ayaw mag-plug ni Doc, ako magpa-plug. So you can all join the classes of Kiro. So Kiro is Calis Ilustrísimo Repetición Original. Go check them out on Facebook.
Luneta.
Yes, and then you can go to their on-ground classes sa umaga. Umaga pa rin ba, Doc, sa Luneta? Sundays, di ba? And then,
Arnold's there.
Yes, and then you go Urban Combatives Philippines. You go look at them on Facebook and Instagram. So they will post their schedules on training and seminars. And then of course, Libre Fighting Philippines. So that's LIBRE Fighting Philippines.
Hindi libre turo nun.
Oo, hindi rin libre turo doon. Okay. So Libre Fighting Philippines, check them out on Facebook and Instagram. That is where they will post their the schedule of trainings and seminars. So, Doc Sixto, thank you so much for doing this. We'll do another one. We'll talk a lot more.
My parting words lang ako.
Go, Doc.
Okay. Ito lang. This I got from my first real instructor in FMAC, Benjamin Pueblos, yung sinabi. If you notice, no, I don't call them master.
Yeah.
Laging si Mang June, Kuya June. Ganun naman talaga sa FMA. And ayaw nila matawag na master. Anyway, ang sabi kasi ni June Pueblos was, huwag na tayo mag-away, mag-train na lang tayo. Yeah,
That is so good. That is
mag-train
so
na lang
good.
tayo.
Yes. Follow Doc Sixto's words. Okay. Kahit ako I agree. I agree 100%. So,
Mag-train na lang.
that is what Coach Franco says. Bye-bye. And we
Coach Franco Says would like to thank the following sponsors for making this episode possible.
Knots and Crosses, the best quality gear for your jiu-jitsu training. Order your items on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Awon Coffee, for delicious locally sourced beans for your daily brew. Order yours now on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Spelled AWON Coffee. Gatorade, because nothing beats Gatorade. For the best DefTac Jiu-Jitsu training out there, check out the following chapters. DefTac Rockwell, DefTac Makati, and DefTac Better Living. Book your classes on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Read news about the local martial arts scene here in the Philippines, visit Local MMA on Facebook, and listen to one of my favorite podcasts, Destroy MNL. I love providing value to my community and helping others get better. You can help me keep making podcast episodes, video tutorials, and sharing information about martial arts, food, and travel. You can support this channel through my PayPal account. Just click the link in the description box to donate. Thank you for your support, and I will keep making content that matters. That's it, everyone. See you in the next episode.